Love smarter, not harder. Today's question. Hi, Dr. Karen. I'm 36 and currently in a relationship with a recovering narc who has left me with a lot of emotional scars. The first 2.5 years of the relationship were classic. Love bomb, cheat, lie, gaslight, sometimes physical abuse, and then love bomb again. I stayed because I believed he would never do the things he did again. I was very uneducated on narcs at the beginning. The gaslighting has been the most difficult to overcome due to thinking that I'm the crazy one. I have nightly nightmares and wake up with anxiety most nights, reliving these events. We went to individual and couples therapy, which went terribly because he doesn't like to be called out on his stuff. He also attended abuse classes. He has since become much more loving and supportive, and we haven't had a traumatic event occur in over a year. However, I cannot seem to move through it. My gut is telling me this is not right. He has 2 children that I've helped raise for 4 years. We all live together and are very close. I can't help but feel trapped. I still love him so much, but my brain tells me he can never be trusted and I deserve better. I have no clue how to end this, and leaving it all makes me feel sad and like I wasted so much time. I wish I would have known you 3 to 4 years ago. So first off, I am not an expert in narcissistic abuse. I did speak with an expert, Dr. Annie Kazina, in episode 93 of my podcast. She was with a narc for 20 plus years in marriage and did get out. And so she, as a psychologist, has the professional expertise and the personal experience. So I highly recommend, if you're not already following her, to follow her. Also listen to that podcast episode. I think that'll be very helpful. That being said, I think you answered your own question here. Despite the year of calm, your gut is telling you it's just not right. And you know you deserve so much better. And I think that's because even though you feel like you wasted 3 to 4 years of your life, you didn't. I mean, you talked about early on you didn't understand narcs. And so now, several years in, you're older, you're wiser, you're more savvy to the narcissistic abuse pattern and the cycle. So that even though there's been a year of calm, you aren't falling for it. That's a nice year of love bombing that then could still very likely be followed with abuse again. The cycle that you experienced more rapidly happening in the earlier part of your relationship. If he had owned his stuff in therapy when you guys were in couples counseling, it might be different. But he wouldn't, and that's why it didn't go well. And you can't be with someone who won't own their stuff. There's no healing there for you. That's why you still feel so insecure. You're waking up with anxiety and having nightmares. It's because he's never owned it, so you haven't had true healing. Even this year after the abuse classes, it sounds like he's, like you said, he's been more loving and supportive. You're still not buying it. And I think that's because you're, like I said, you're savvier to this cycle. You have to trust your gut here. Your gut is telling you everything you need to know. And as you said, clearly you deserve better. It will be hard to leave. It's hard to leave any relationship, and certainly one where you've been with someone for so long and dealing with the manipulation and the gaslighting. It's going to be very hard. There's children involved. You've bonded with the kids. They've bonded with you. It's going to be very difficult. That's why I highly recommend you make sure that you are working closely with someone who's done it, like Dr. Annie Kazina, who has walked away from a narc. Because I am nervous, because I know that they can be very abusive. You've already said he's been physically abusive in the past. My concern would be as you start to pull away and he starts to sense that he could become abusive with you. So I'm very concerned that you absolutely connect with someone who has expertise in this area. Please do that. For anyone who's watching this and knows of experts who work with people trying to extricate themselves from narc abusive relationships, please let us know in the comments below. I wish you the best. Trust your gut. It's telling you everything you need to know.